All right, my seventh grade advanced class. I'm sorry, but I made a video for this and somehow it didn't take. So I'm going to go through these problems, but I'm not going to rewrite them. So let's follow through. Over here it says solve this inequality graph. The solution 2y minus 5 is less than 7. I have to add 5 to both sides. 7 plus 5 is 12. I bring my 2y down. Then I have to divide 2 away. 12 divided by 2 will be 6, so y is less than 6. I make a circle to represent my inequality, and then all the numbers are less than 6. Let's move on. Number 3 says that negative 4 times g minus 5 is less than or equal to 24. I'm going to distribute my properties. This would be negative 4 times g is negative 4g. Negative 4 times negative 5 will give me positive 20. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract 20 from both sides. This will give me negative 4g is less than or equal to 4, because 24 minus 20 is 4. Now I'm going to divide negative 4 away from negative 4g. That'll give me g by itself because I will be removing the 4's from there. But whatever I divide from one side, I divide from the other. So 4 divided by negative 4 will be negative 1. G is greater or equal to negative 1. I make a dot to represent my inequality, greater than or equal to. And then I take negative 1, put on the bottom. Since G is bigger, all my numbers bigger. Find the quotient, right? The fraction. On number 5, I'm finding the quotient. I'm taking 10.08 and dividing it by 12. When I do this, I realize I have to put a 0 over here. 12 times 8 will give me 96, so I put my 8 after my decimal place here. It gives me 48, and 12 goes into 48 4 times. My answer has to be 0.84. I also turn this into a fraction, just in case it meant right fraction in simplest form, but I don't think it really does. I think they're talking about these fractions over here. But if I did take 0.84 and turn it to a fraction, I put 100 underneath it. I would divide each side by 4 and get 21 over 25. Next, I'm going to go to number 7. Can the ratios 4 to 9 be represented by this tape diagram? I know that if I was to have 4 over here, to get it to 2, I'd have to divide it by 2, which means I have to do the same thing here. So I would have to have, let's see, a 9, right? Because this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I would have to divide that by 2. But if I do, I get 4.5, not 3. So this answer is a no. That is not the ratio. Number 9, I have a table here. They want to know, complete the ratio table using multiple operations. This is an open-ended question. So I put the answers here that the book had because there's many answers we could use. Now, why did the book come up with 8 and 5? Well, if I multiply, or if I divide, if I multiply 1/2 by 10, I get 5. And if I multiply 4 over 5 by 10, well, that's going to give me 40 over 5, which is 8, because 40 divided by 5 is 8. I can take 8 and divide it by 4 and get 2, which means I would have to take 5 and divide it by 4, and that would give me 5 over 4. Next, I can multiply 5 over 4 times 1.4 to get 7 over 4, which means I'd multiply 2 times 1.4, and that would give me 14 over 5. All right, so let's go ahead and move down to number 11. On number 11, it says, mint leaves, chop watermelon. Well, if I'm looking at these, it says find the ratio of these ingredients, right? So it says mint leaves would be 1/2, chopped watermelon would be 3. So I have 1/2 to 3 as my ratio. I'm going to go ahead and take 1/2 and divide it by 3, which means I have 1/2 times 1/3. And that'll give me 1/6 mint leaves per every cup of watermelon. On number 13, I have lime juice to mint leaves. If I take 3/4, and that's what I've got here, 3/4 of lime juice to 1/2 of mint leaves, then I have 3/4 divided by 1/2. That's going to give me 3/4 times 2 over 1. I can get rid of these 2 and the 4. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 over 2 is like 1 1/2 lime per cup of mint. Number 15 says that I'm going to find the missing ratio values of the ratio table, then write the equivalent ratios. Well, over here I had 1 over 6 and 2/3. I would have to multiply this times 4 to get to 2/3. Uh, so because that would give me, yeah, 4 over 6, and when I can reduce it to 2/3, which means I'd have to multiply this times 4. 20 times 4 is 80. Now I can take 80 and divide it by 8 to get 10, which means I would have to divide 2/3 by 8. That would give me 1/12. Then I would have to find out, well, what did I do to 10 to get to 90? I'd multiplied it times 9. So I'd multiply 1 over 12 times 9. That would give me 3 over 4, okay? Because 1/12 times 9 would give me 9 over 12, and that would be reduced to 3/4. All right? I'm going to go to number 17 now. What did I do to get 1/2 to get to 1? I multiplied it to 2, because 2 over 2 is 1. So I have to multiply this to 2. That would give me 2 over 24. And 2 over 24 can be reduced to 1 over 12. Next, what did I do to get 1 over 24 to get to 8? Well, it seems to me I multiplied it to 3. If I multiply it to 3, I get 3 over 24, and then I could divide both by 3 to give me 1 over 8, which means I'm going to have to take 1/2 and multiply it to 3, right? Um, no, I would take, oh, we divided it, yeah, we multiplied it to 3, I'm going to multiply this to 3, and this is going to give me 1/3. Let's see, 1/2, yeah, 1/2 times 3, no, hold on a second, I might have made a mistake here. It's always good to check. Um, I said from here to here, I had to multiply by 3. So I would have to multiply 1/2 times 3. Let's see what happens here. 1/2 times 3 would give me 3 over 2. And that's 1 and 1/2. So I think I messed up there. I'm sorry about that. That's going to be 1 and 1/2. I'm glad I went over this now. And then now I got to see, what did I do to 1/2 to get to 1/4? Well, I multiplied it to 1/2, because 1/2 times 1/2 is 1 times 1, and then 2 times 2, 1 over 4. So I had to take 1 over 24 and multiply it to 1/2. And when I do, that's going to double this, which would make it 48. All right, I'm glad I went back and checked this now. Number 19, are the two statements equivalent? Explaining the reasoning. Ratio of the boys to girls is 2 to 3. Ratio of the girls to boys is 3 to 2. Well, that makes sense, because it means for every 2 boys, there's 3 girls. So yes, the ratio is the same. Number 21 says, an oil spill spreads 25 square meters every 1/6 hour. What is the area of the oil spill after 2 hours? This means I have 24, and I'm just going to erase some of this. I don't think I can erase it, can I? If I erase, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. If I have 25 over 1/6, I'm going to rewrite those in. 25 for every 1/6 hour. All right. And now I will need to find out after 2 hours. So I'm going to put a 2 down here for hours and find out what x is. Now I'm going to cross multiply. Take 25 times 2. It has to equal 1/6 times x. 25 times 2 is 50. And then I have to do the inverse of 1/6 x, which is going to be 6 over 1. All right. I had 1/6. I need to multiply to the inverse, which is 6 over 1. Now, whatever I multiply to one side, I do the other, and that's why I get 50 times 6. And that gives me 300 square meters. Now I'm number 23. Number 23 says the store sells 2 1/4 pound of mulch for every 1 1/2 pound of gravel. So I have 2 1/4 mulch for every 1 1/2 gravel. They want to know, if I sell 180 pounds of mulch and gravel combined, how many pounds of each do I have? Well, That means I'm going to have to take 108 and I'm going to have to divide it. Well, first I have to add 2 and 1/4 and 1 and 1/2. That's what I did here. That's going to give me 3 and 3/4. Now I have to divide 108, 180 by 3 and 3/4. Okay, so in my calculator, if I take 180 and divide it by 3.75, that's 3 and 3/4. I'm going to get 48, and that's why I came up with 48 over here. That means I have to multiply 2 and 1/4 to 48. That gives me 108, which is 108 for mulch, and 1 and 1/2 times 48, which gives me 72 pounds for gravel. That was all of them that I had. Sorry that I really went through this quick, but it's late, and I didn't plan to go ahead and do this all over again. So, 11-minute video. That should make some of you happy. If you have any questions, come see me during the remediation. Have a great night, and I'll see you in class.